Good morning, YouTube. Slept in because I was up late, but hey, I think that's what relaxing and hot tubbing is about. So I was trying to think of something good, something productive to do for a 10, and I'm really good at logic puzzles and problem solving and stuff like that. So I was trying to research, like ways to like problem solve. So if you have something that's bugging you or eating you, you can think your way through it. So I actually found this creative problem solving process, and it actually involves 10 steps. So I guess let's get into it. So obviously I can't roll for these because they're actually in order. So I should probably get my glasses too, but whatever. One, change your language about the problem from negative to positive. So instead of using the word problem, use the word situation or call it a challenge or an opportunity. The more positive your language is, the more confident and optimistic you will be when approaching any difficulty. The more creative and insightful you will be in identifying creative solutions and breakthrough ideas. And I've always said this. I've never said anything like, oh, I got this problem. It's like always a challenge, or I'll call it an issue, but I don't like to make mountains out of molehills. Some people get stuck on just like the very first step and be like, I don't know how to, something simple like trying to find like their lover, so their mate for life. They keep on going to the same damn bar and meeting them at the same places. You have to, I'm not saying that's a problem, but I'm saying like some people are like, well, where'd you meet this person? And then they tell you where you met them, and it's like, well, are you any surprised that you guys aren't clicking? You guys are only clicking when you're tanked, So for me, I mean, if I was using the same analogy, I actually didn't want anybody in my life when I found Coral. I didn't want a partner. I didn't want a girlfriend. I didn't want a friend. I'm very happy being being absolutely alone. And I know it sounds like, especially for as outgoing of a personality and as how it's so easy. I'm very easy to talk to and make friends and all that stuff. But I'm a very good loner, and all I just need my stupid cats, they keep me just as much company, and they have more than enough personality than a lot of people I've met in my life. They're just like boring, So 2, define the situation or problem clearly. What exactly is the challenge that you are facing? What is causing the stress and anxiety? What does it cause you to worry? Why are you unhappy? Write it out in detail. So having to define what you're actually, let's say you want more money, right? There's probably like 10 other problems in your life about money that are aiding to you not having money. So if you're like, I want money, so how do I get money? How do I make money? Well, there's lots of ways to make money. You can have, sometimes people need more time in their life to get another job, and if you had a second job, you'd be doing all right. So maybe your money problems is linked to your time management skills, or maybe you spend too much time binge watching. Like, I fucking hate TV, so I don't binge watch anything. I still haven't watched the last 2 episodes of Lost, and that show's been off the air for like 20 years. So, I mean, when it comes to binge watching, like, it takes up a lot of your time. So, and time is money, so you have to think about, if I want to sit and watch 10 hours of TV or play 10 hours of video games, you better bet I am playing the stocks, and I'm reading on investing and doing all this other stuff while I'm playing video games. Maybe that's one of the reasons why my KD sucks so bad, because I'm always preoccupied with other things. But then again, I play video games to, vent anger or just, like spend some time with my boys. So, number 3, use critical thinking to approach the problem from several different directions. So ask, what is the problem? Don't be satisfied with a superficial answer. Look for the root cause of the problem rather than getting sidetracked by the symptom. Approach the problem from several different directions. Brainstorm different solutions, because there are likely multiple solutions to the same problem, not just one. It's probably one of the best things that's ever been said is, I think it was Edison that said this, but he probably took it from Tesla too, so I'm going to say Tesla said it. But he was like, they were inventors and amongst other things, they would say, they didn't find, if they were looking for making something or creating something or inventing something, they would say, hey, I found 1,000 ways something didn't work. That's what they would say. They wouldn't say they screwed up, they failed 1,000 times. They look at those as a new opportunity to eliminate one of the problems to get to their invention, get to what they're trying to solve. So yeah, I think that was an Edison quote, now that I think of it. Number 4, define the ideal solution to the problem. What exactly must the solution accomplish? What ingredients must the solution contain? What will your ideal solution be to look, what would your ideal solution to the problem look like? Define the perimeters clearly. And I mean, that says it just right then and there. Like, if you have something in focus, you can't be dealing with like the 30 other things that are out of focus that maybe are just causes, you know, or symptoms of the problem. If you had that problem solution, if you had it done and taken care of, you wouldn't have all those perimeters. So sometimes it's just staying within the scope of what you're trying to attack, and then clear that scope and get everything done, and then you can readjust your scope and like get a bigger picture and scope out some other problems. So number 5, pick the best solution to solve your challenge. So when you have your solutions and your ideas written down, obviously you can't do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. You have to approach it at a different angle. You have to approach it with a different mindset. You have to approach it without feelings. But it says pick the solution by comparing your various possible solutions against your problem. On one hand, you have your ideal solution. On the other hand, what is the best thing to do do this at the time? What is the best thing to do at this time under the circumstances? So basically what I just said, that's kind of like 4 and 5 are together. But if you write them down and you say, hey, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, maybe it's a combination of those things, and you have to work a little extra hard and, you know, do more than just one thing to make that solution like pan out until you, especially if you want to do something in a certain amount of time, you have to like stay focused on it. You know, like if it's a long-term goal, then you have to make sure that you're doing daily goals and daily apparitions to get to that one goal. So if you want to be a millionaire in like 5 years or 10 years, you better be doing something every single day to be making some money, or you're just going to be, 10 years is going to go by and be like, I was supposed to be a millionaire by now, and you're not, and you're going to be upset with yourself. So if you get down on yourself too, that's another thing. Having a positive attitude, number 1, is probably approaching problems or issues as, you know, stated as a challenge and opportunity, and you know, you'll automatically keep it positive. You know, if you start talking down on yourself or saying this doesn't work, or some people just give up when they get their emotions involved, and you can't get your emotions involved in like problem solving. Because have you ever been in a group project with somebody and they're the one that's always just like, this is hard, I don't know what I'm supposed to, like, gosh, get those people the fuck away from me. You know, you don't need those people in your life. If you have someone in your life that they're negative, they're probably part of your problem, whether or not directly or indirectly involved in the problem. Next, 6, prepare for the worst possible outcome and how to overcome it. Just like I said, before you implement your decision, ask, what is the worst possible thing that can happen if this decision doesn't work? If your solution doesn't work, be ready to accept that and try something else. Again, keeping positive about your ideas and staying focused. You know, people lose focus, and everything in life is going to try to get you derailed and get you off focus. So, and that could be anything from, you know, just for me, it's time. Time is so important to me that I don't like to let people in my life, because I'm going to be exuding some time to them, and I don't have time for anybody. And when I make time for people, I think they're really grateful that we hang out, because I say no. I always say no. I'm like, oh, I got stuff going on, I'm busy, and it's kind of like a cop-out, because I always do have something going on. But I'll even tell my friends, they'll be like, you know, like, jump online, play with me. They'll message me, and I'll be like, I don't have time for it, you know? Like, I'm writing, I'm doing so many other things, and then I'll be like, if I can get my workout in, if I can get the things my errands that I wanted to take care of, because like I didn't take care of them the day before, and I have to like make sure that I like finished up my list from the day before until I can get something going on. I'll be like, let me take care of a few more things, guys, and I'll be online in an hour. But then I'll even tell them, I'm like, I only have an hour to spare for you guys. I can't. It's unfortunate because it's only like 4 or 5 games that you get to play with them, but 4 or 5 games is better than none. But then, hey, if I stay focused on my goals, then yeah, I can play for 6 hours straight. But you know, it's one of those things I don't like to do because I feel like I'm wasting time. 7, measure your progress. Set measurements on your decision. How will you know that you're making progress? How will you measure your success? How will you compare your success to the solution against success of another solution? So in that problem, if you have something that's like losing weight is a good one, because you can say, hey, I'm going to spend this amount of time working out, and it'd be like just a week, right? You weigh yourself at the beginning of the week, and at the end of the week, you lost a pound. That's a victory, you know? So you're like, but I only did like, you know, a 10-minute workout a day. Then you'd be like, well, maybe I can make enough time so I can do a 15-minute workout or a 20-minute workout. And then the next week you lose 3 pounds, you know? You'll start seeing that as a benefit, and being like, well, if I'm having this and then I'm having this outcome, then maybe I need to put more effort into the solution, and then you get more of an outcome. And that's basically staying focused about it too, is just writing stuff down and having lists like lying around everywhere is not going to be doing anything if you're not going out to accomplish those things. Number 8, take complete responsibility for your decision. Accept complete responsibility for implementing the decision. Make the most creative ideas never materialize, because no one is specifically assigned to the responsibility of carrying out the decision. Just you. So it's only you that can take responsibility. You know, when you start getting compliments, you know, we'll use that same last, when you start getting people to notice, be like, you know, you look thinner in the face, you look different, man. And you'd be like, yeah, I've been working my ass off for the last month, you know, trying to lose some weight, you know. Then you start feeling like you're getting accomplished, you know, because just patting yourself on the back and rewarding yourself sometimes isn't enough. Sometimes you need the acknowledgement of other people too. And I'm not saying all these examples will work out for every problem or challenge that you're facing, but it's losing weight is a very easy one, because everyone knows when they start gaining weight, you know, like you're the one who notices it first. You know, it'd be like something doesn't fit right. It'd be like, I swear to God, I wore this like 6 months ago. What's going on? So it's one of those things where, you know, you have to take responsibility for your decision, and you have to be, again, I will say it in every single one, you got to stay positive about it. 9, set a deadline for when things should be solved. A decision without a deadline is meaningless discussion. It is a major decision if you take some time to implement. Set a series of short-term deadlines and a schedule to report to. With the deadlines and sub-deadlines, you will know immediately if you're on track or if you're falling behind. You can then use your creative thinking to alleviate further bottlenecks or choke points. So if you don't have deadlines, I mean, that's also acceptable, because I want to say some problems don't have deadlines. Some are open-ended, you know, like losing weight. You want to be like, I want to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Well, you know, you need to, it doesn't take a mathematician to figure out you need to average 1 pound a day, right? So, but if you want to say, I want to lose 30 pounds eventually, and you gotta work to your advantage and work to your schedule, and you say, if you're not making time in that 30 days, be like, well, you feel like you lost. You're gonna get down on yourself, and you're gonna be upset with yourself because you didn't set a deadline. But, you know, I want to say not all problems need to have a deadline on them, but you should have sub deadlines, you know, like those daily tasks that are going to get you to where you want to be. Number 10, take action and solve your problem. You got to get busy, get going, develop a sense of urgency. The faster you move in the direction you clearly define goals, the more creative you will become. The more energy you have, the more you will learn, and the faster you will develop your capacity to achieve everything in the future. You can solve any problem, overcome any obstacle, or achieve any goal that you have set for yourself by using your wonderful creative mind, and then taking action consistently and persistently until you attain your objective. Success is a mark of a creative thinker, and when you use your ability to think creatively, your success can be unlimited. So those are some benefit things that can, you know, help you maybe achieve a challenge that you can't be facing. And of course, you know, you guys can message me, you can do whatever, and I can help brainstorm for you guys, because it's one of the good things I'm really good at. Ideas are just constantly firing off in my head like fireworks. You know, they will never stop. They keep me awake in the middle of the night, and it's one of those things that you have to embrace. You can't say, you start punching yourself in the face because you're like, I need some damn sleep. It's like, you have the brain you have, Greg, for a certain reason. So you got to be using it to your advantage and using it to other people's advantage. So use me as a tool. I am a tool. So there it is. I want you guys to have a really good week. I made my money back already from the markets going down yesterday. So that made me happy, and I lost the money because I slept in and I wasn't up. So I have no one to blame but myself, because if I would have been up and awake and watching the markets, I would have saw my risk management, I would have cut my losses, and I wouldn't have lost as much as I did. Same thing happened today. I slept in and I made money. So that was actually the market. I can blame for that. But yeah, if you guys have any techniques that you guys use for, you know, problem solving or something that specifically works for you, please let me know. And I'll add it to my list and on my next one for success. All right, you guys have a good one. I am going to get going. I got some stuff I got to clean because I think I might have company over at some point. So, peace.